Perfect classes. In this video, I will discuss about important questions which are related to 5 or 8 marks questions. And these questions can be come in 10 marks. First question is explain components computer system in detail. What is computer system? First of all, you have to write what is computer system. Computer system is an electronic device. What is computer system? This is an electronic device. An electronic device which accepts data as a input, processes according to the instructions, which stores and then produce meaningful information as a output. What will you write? First of all, you have to write computer system is an electronic system which accepts data as input, processes according to the instructions and stores it and produces meaningful information as output. This is a computer system's definition meaning. A computer system mainly consists of hardware and software components working together. A computer system mainly includes hardware and software components working together. Now, first component is input unit. Input unit which is used to enter the data and instructions into computer and it converts user input into machine readable form. Input unit which is used to enter data and instructions into computer which converts user input into machine readable form. And its common input devices keyboard, mouse, scanner and microphone, etc. Input unit sends data to CPU for processing. What is input unit? It is input unit, that device which is used to enter the data and instruction into computer. And input unit converts the user input into machine readable form, that is 0 1 and 0 1 binary form. And input units devices are keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone. And input unit sends data to CPU for processing. Second component is output unit. Output unit is that device which is used to display the processed information to the user, which converts binary data 01 data into human readable form, that is English language. For example of unit output unit, that is monitor, where we can see data's output. Printer, we can see the output on the hard copy. Speaker, you can listen. Projector, you can see. And output devices also helps to understand results which produced by the computer. What is the output unit? Output unit which displays the processed information to the user. It converts binary data to human readable form, and its example is a monitor, printer, speaker, projector. Output devices which helps user to understand the results which produced by the computer. Third component is memory unit. What is third component? Memory unit. The memory unit which stores the data and instruction. What is memory unit? That unit which stores the data and instruction, and it divides into primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory and secondary memory. What are the primary memory? Primary memory is made directly accessible by the CPU. RAM, ROM. These two are the main primary memories. RAM is a temporary memory which is used during the execution of program. when you start the computer and you start to write the program in programming software, or you can say when you start MS Office and you are writing in the MS Office, that work will be performed in RAM. Means that work will perform in temporary memory. When we save the data, after that data will transfer to secondary memory, that is known as hard disk, SSD, pen drive, CD or DVD. RAM is a volatile memory because data is lost when power is turned off if we do not save the data. And ROM is a permanent memory which is storing boot instruction. Boot instruction means starting instruction. When we start the computer, then you can see some processing is going to perform. That processing is performed due to the ROM. And it's not a volatile, it's a non-volatile and it retains the data permanently, whether system power off. Now second type is primary memory. Second type is secondary memory. Secondary memory stores data permanently. For example, you can include it hard disk, SSD, pen drive, and CD, which I have already told you. Uh, Fourth is a central processing unit. Central processing unit is called brain of computer and it controls all the activities and perform calculation. ALU. ALU performs arithmetic logical operations. Control unit. It controls the data flow and execution of instructions. Registers component. Temporary storage location inside the CPU. Next is a operating system. This is also a component of computer system. Operating system acts as an interface between user and hardware. It manages files, memory, devices and processes. For example, Windows, Linux and Mac operating system. Thus, we can say all components work together to perform computing operations efficiently. And in this question you have to prepare a diagram, which I have already told you how to make the diagram of CPU. You have to show this question's answer with the help of diagram. Just a minute. You can draw diagram. In this diagram you have to show in rectangles. In first rectangle you have to write memory unit. In secondary rectangle you have to make another two rectangles, CU, ALU, and arrows symbol. Here you have to show input unit. Input unit. I have written here in short form, you have to write in full form. Here we will be show output unit. This is input unit. Take input through the keyboard, mouse, scanner, etc. Instruction goes to the primary memory, or you can say memory unit, and this primary memory unit divided into primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory, RAM and ROM. Secondary memory, hard disk, floppy disk, SSD, pen drive, CD, DVD, etc. First of all, user give the instruction, and that instruction goes to the memory unit, and where after the memory unit it goes to the control unit, and then control unit send that instruction to the ALU. CU is called control unit. This is a heart of computer, and ALU is a arithmetic logical unit. Arithmetic logical unit. And after performing arithmetical logical units work on the your instruction, then it returns the data to the CU returns the data to memory unit, and memory unit give you output in on the monitor. If you want to hard copy, then that output will be shown on the hard copy with the help of printer. This is the diagram of the computer. This is also called block diagram of computer. Now next is you have to explain all these points. What is the input? Next question is related to define algorithm and explain its characteristics. An algorithm is a finite sequence of well-defined instructions which are used to solve a particular problem systematically. An algorithm are language independent form foundation of the programming. Before writing any program or programmer first of all design the algorithm to understand what is the problem and what will be the logic, how to solve the problem. First of all, we have as a programmer we have to design an algorithm. What are the characteristics of an algorithm? First is input. Algorithm should accept 0 or more inputs, and inputs are data values which require for processing. Second, output. Algorithm should produce at least one output or result after execution. Definiteness. Every step of algorithm must be clear and precise, unambiguous. That means clear, so that anyone can understand and execute it correctly. Finiteness means an algorithm must terminate after a finite number of steps. Infinite algorithm which are not useful for practical problem solving. Effectiveness. Each instruction of algorithm should be simple, executable, and practical within the finite time. What are the advantages of algorithm? Simplify problem solving, helps in program development, easy to debug and modify, language independent, improves logical thinking. Example, algorithm to add two numbers. First of all, you have to write first step start, then write read a and b, then write sum equal to a plus b, then write print sum, and then at the end last step is stop. Algorithms are important because they provide a clear roadmap for developing efficient and error free programs, and this question is related to algorithm. Now next question is Explain flow charts and its symbols. A flow chart is also a graphical representation of an algorithm which is used to different which using different symbols connected by the arrows, and it's a visually representation sequence of operations which involved in a solving problem. And flowchart help the programmers how to understand program logic easily and how to simplify complex processes. What are the advantages of flowcharts? Flowcharts advantages is that first is it's easy to understand, it improves the communications, it helps debugging, it simplifies the program design, it's useful in the documentation. What are the flowcharts symbols? First symbol is related to oval symbol, and this oval symbol represent to start and end of a program or a process. Example, start and stop. And second one is a rectangle symbol. This one is a rectangle symbol. It represents processing operations such as calculation or assignment. Example, sum equal to a plus b. The third is a parallelogram. This one is a parallelogram which is used to input and operation output operations. Example, read a, print sum. Diamond symbol. A diamond symbol which represent, this one is a diamond symbol which is used to making decision and checking conditions, like a greater than b question mark. Arrow symbol which indicates this is the arrow symbol which indicates directions of the program flow one step to another step. And example of flowcharts logic: start, input ab. You can make like this flowchart: start, then take input a and a comma b, then calculate sum is equal to a plus b. Next, display output, or you can say print sum, and after that stop. This is a flow chart of program of addition of two numbers. Flowchart makes programming easier because they provide a visual clarity and systematic problem solving method. Question is related to flowchart. Now next question is related to explain the type errors in the C programming. Errors, mistakes in a program that affect the compilation, execution or output correctness. Errors prevent program from functioning properly. In C programming, errors are mainly classified into syntax error, logical errors or runtime errors. Syntax errors when programming language rules violated. It means if you not put the sign of semicolon at the end of statement, means you are not terminate the line, that is known as syntax errors. If you start a parenthesis but don't not close the parenthesis, this is a syntax error. If you start one curly braces but don't close the curly braces, that is the syntax error. These errors are detected by the compiler during the compilation. You can take another example. If you write the int but int's I is not right in simple in a small letter, then it creates the error, because we have to write all keywords, all data types in small letters. What are the causes of syntax error? Missing semicolons, incorrect brackets, misspelled keywords, wrong variable declaration. Means you have declare int a small letter, b small letter, then sum in small letter, but you are using capital A for the input, capital B, This is the variables declaration wrong, because here you have to write in small letters, but in this place you are using the a or b in capital letters. This is a wrong variable declaration. Or you can say, here you have to write a or b, but you are using x y z. Example, printf. In double quotes, you have to write hello. If you write hello, this will be show in the uh, output hello, but here you can see you are missing the semicolon, because semicolon tells you where the line is terminate, where the statement is finished. So that's why in C programming, semicolon is a very important symbol. Missing semicolon causes syntax error. Logical errors occurs when the program executes successfully but produces incorrect output due to the wrong logic or formula. Causes: incorrect formula, wrong condition, improper calculations. Logical errors difficult to identify because compiler cannot detect them. Runtime errors, that error which occur during the execution of program. What are the reasons, what are the causes? Divide by zero, invalid memory access, file handling problem. These all are the runtime errors. Runtime errors may terminate the program abnormally. You can't stop the program normally. Importance of error handling: it improves the program readability, prevents crashes, produces correct output, simplified debugging. Thus, understanding errors is essential for developing efficient and reliable C programs. Now, next question is related to explain operating system, its function. Operating system is a system software which acts as an interface between the user and computer hardware. It controls and manages all hardware and software resources of the computer system. Without an operating system, you can't do any function properly. Examples of the operating system: Windows, Linux, Android, and Mac operating system. What are the functions of operating system? First function is memory management. Operating system manages primary memory by allocating and deallocating memory to different programs, and it ensures efficient utilization of memory resources. Proper process management: it controls execution of program and manages CPU scheduling. It allows the multitasking by handling multiple processes simultaneously. What is the now next point is file management. Operating system also manages files, directories which is stored on the secondary memory, and it also supports file creation, deletion, modification, organization. Device management: it controls input output devices like the keyboard, printer, monitor through the device drivers. Security management: uh, operating system provides protection against unauthorized access using passwords and access control methods. User interface: operating system provides graphical command line interfaces for communication between user and computer. Advantages of operating system: simplifies computer uses, improves hardware utilization, support multitasking, provides security, enhances system performance. Therefore, we can say operating system plays an important role in the efficient functioning of a computer system. Now, from second unit, first question which is related to 5 or 8 marks, that is explain conditional statements in the C programming. Conditional statements are decision making statements which is used to control the flow of execution in a program. They also allow a program to how to execute different set of statements which are depending upon whether a condition is true or false. Conditional statements make the program intelligent and capable of performing logical operations. So the main conditional statements in C program, that is if statement, if else statement, nested if statement, else if later, or a switch statement. Now, if statement, The if statement execute a block of code only when condition is true. You can take syntax here, you can write here syntax if in parenthesis condition, then in curly braces start, where those statements which you want to execute, that statement will be written here, statement semicolon curly braces close. Example, if a is greater than b, then print f a is greater. If else statement, it provides alternatives. If condition is true, then true part execute. If condition is false, then else part will be execute. Example, you can write its syntax also. If condition curly braces start true statement. If condition true, then this statement 1 execute. Else, if condition false, then statement 2 will be execute. Example, if a is greater than b, then print a is greater. Else, if a is not greater than b, then print f b is greater. Nested if statement. A nested if statement means placing one if statement inside the another if statement. It is used when multiple conditions need checking. If its syntax is if this is a condition 1, again then curly braces start, again write if condition 2 statement 1 else statement 2 and close ifs this curly braces, and then else, then again take condition if condition 3 curly braces start statement 4 else statement 5, and then close else curly braces. You can take here example of to finding the greatest number out of three numbers a, b, c. You can write here condition a is greater than b. Here a is greater than b, b is greater than c. If a is greater than b and b is greater than c, sorry. If a is greater than b, a is greater than c, then statement 1 execute. If a is greater than b, this true, but this false, then statement 2 will be execute. But if a is greater than b is false, then cursor will be go here and check condition 3, b is greater than c. If b is greater than c, then execute statement 4. If this condition false, then statement will be execute 5. This is a nested if statement. Else if later used when multiple conditions are checked sequentially, and this type of conditional statement is used when we want to find out positions, first, second position, third position. You can take its you can also write its syntax. If condition 1, then statement 1 execute. if condition 2, then statement 2, like this. This is a ladder if. Here you have to write also else, and then else statement 3. It means if condition 1 is true, if this condition is true, then statement 1 execute. Else if otherwise, if condition 2 true, then statement 2 execute. And if both not true, then else part will be its execute, that is the execute statement 3. That means if condition true 1, then statement execute this. Else if condition true this one, then statement 2 execute. If this condition is false, then statement will be execute 3. This is a else if ladder. Now, next one is a switch statement. Switch statement is used to multiple choices which based on the variable value. You can write here its syntax like this: switch choice, then case 1 colon statement 1, then break case 2 statement 2, break, and this will be continue. And if cases not match, then execute default statement. Default statement. This is a example of case, switch case, syntax of a switch case. What are the advantages of conditional statements? Conditional statements supports the decision making, control program flow, reduces complexity, improves flexibility. And it's essential in the programming because they allow programs to react differently under the different situations. Now next question is, what are the different types of loops in C program? Loops are used to execute a block of statements repeatedly until a specified conditions becomes false. Looping reduces the code repetition, makes program efficient. C programming provides the three major looping statements: for loop, while loop, do while loop. For loop. For loop is an entry controlled loop which is generally used when a number of operations iteration is known. Syntax initialization, semicolon, condition, semicolon, increment, decrement, bracket close here, and a statement which you want to execute repeatedly. For example, I is equal to 1, semicolon, I less than 5, I plus plus, print percentage d comma I. Here I printed 1 2 3 4 5 when this statement when for loop is executed. Advantages: it is a compact structure, easy counting, suitable for fixed iteration. While loop is a entry controlled loop. Condition is checked before execution of loop body. You have to write syntax: while condition statements curly braces close. While I is less than equal to 5, print f percentage d comma I and I plus plus. And here int I also declare int I equal to 0. You have to initialize here value for starting of loop. It start from 0 and check it's less than equal to 5. Yes, it print I. And I plus plus, again I value 1, and 1 is less than equal to 5, then it will be print. And this condition, this program show the this output. Advantages: it's suitable for unknown iteration, simple structure. Do while is known as a exit controlled loop because condition is checked after execution of a loop body. Do statements then check the condition while condition and bracket close semicolon. Here semicolon is a must, and do print percentage d comma I bracket close semicolon I plus plus and curly braces close while I less than equal to 5 condition then semicolon. If this condition true, then it will be execute according to this condition, but if condition is false, then it will be show one time i's value. What are the advantages of a loop? It execute at least once, and do loop, and it's useful in menu driven programs. What are the difference between while and do while? Condition checked first, condition checked later. May not execute once, may execute at least once. Loops are important because they simplify repetitive tasks and improves the program efficiency. What are the explain the arithmetic operators and operator precedence in C program. Arithmetic operators are those symbols which are used to perform mathematical operations in the C programming, and they are widely used in calculation and expressions. Arithmetic operators like plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus. These are symbols of arithmetic operator. Example: C is equal to A plus B. This is the arithmetic operator. What are the types of arithmetic operators? Operations: addition adds two operand, subtraction subtracts one operand from another operand, multiplication multiply the two operands, and division one operand divides by the another operand. Modulus, it returns the it returns remainder value after the division. Operator precedence determine the order in which operations are performed in an expression. Precedence order: parenthesis first we will solve first of all it solve the parenthesis bracket, then multiplication, division, modulus symbol, then solve the addition and subtraction. You can see here example is A is equal to 5 plus 2 multiply 3. According to this precedence order, multiplication will be solved first. That means कि 5 plus 6, and you will be get output of 11. Multiplication is performed first because it has a higher precedence. Associativity determines the evaluation order when operators have the same precedence, left to right for the addition subtraction. Importance of operator precedence: it prevents incorrect calculation, it improves the program accuracy, it simplifies expression, it reduces logical errors. Understanding arithmetic operator precedence is it's essential for writing correct mathematical expression in programs. Switch statements with example. A switch statement is a multi-way decision-making statement which is used to execute one block of code in many alternative many choices. It's generally used instead of lengthy if-else ladder. When multiple choice depends on a single variable, then we use the switch statements. It's a syntax of a switch statements. I have already discussed with you syntax of switch statements. What is the working? What is the working of a switch statement? Switch statement expression is evaluated. Expression value is compared with case levels. Matching case executes. Break statement terminates the switch block, and default executes if no case matches. This is the example. Switch choice. Here we take in n. If n is equal to 1, then it shows the printf addition, and if you enter 2, then it shows subtraction. If you enter 3, then it shows the default output. Invalid choice. Advantages of switch statements. Simplify multiple condition, improves readability. Faster execution in some cases, easy menu implementation. Limitation of switch statement, it works mainly with the integer or a character constants, cannot be evaluated relational condition directly, and it is widely used in menu driven program option based applications. Break statement and continue statement in C. Break statement and continue statement both are jump statement which are used to control the loop execution in C programming. Break statement immediately terminate the loop, or switch statement transfer the control outside the block. You can write the syntax of break, that is break semicolon. For example, for I equal to 1, I less than equal to 10, I plus plus. Here you use the condition if I equal to 5, where it find out I equal 5, it breaks and show the output, that is 1 2 3 4. This is a loop stored. Loop stops when the I becomes 5. Continue statement which skips the remaining statement of current iterations and moves to the next iteration. Its syntax is continue semicolon. You can take a same example. Here you write instead of writing break statement, you write the continues here. You can see condition. If condition I equal to 3, that means 1 2 will be print, and after condition 2, it that condition when condition 2, that point will be skipped. That point will be skipped. That means 3 will be skipped, and after that 4 and 5 also print. This is a continue statement. What is the difference between break and continue statement? Break terminates loop, continue skip iteration. Break controls the exit loops, and continue control returns to the loop. What are the advantages of it improves the loop control, it reduces the unnecessary execution, it simplifies program logic, it is useful in researching and validation program. Break statement and the continue statement provides a better control over loops and improve the efficiency of program. From third unit, explain one-dimensional array with example. A one-dimensional array is a collection of elements of same data type which is stored in contiguous memory locations. It's used to store the multiple value under a single variable name, and each element is identified using an index number starting from 0. It also helps to reduce the number of variables which are required in a program, and also simplify the data processing operations like searching, sorting, and traversal. Syntax of one-dimensional data type, array name, then in square bracket write the size of array. Example, int marks and in square bracket 5. That means int is a data type, marks is array name, and 5 is the size of array. You can enter here 5 marks. This declaration creates an integer array named marks capable of storing 5 integer value. Initialization of array. Array elements can be initialized during the declaration. You can write array's value in declaration time, curly braces, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, curly braces, close semicolon. Accessing array elements. And array elements are accessed by using index numbers. If you want to show first value, then you can use here in printf %d comma a in square bracket 0. 0 is the index of first value, and this statement prints the first element of array. Advantages of one-dimensional array. It stores the multiple values efficiently. It simplifies data management, reduces code size, supports easy traversal processing. Disadvantages of one-dimensional array: fixed size, stores only same data type, insertion deletions are difficult, application of array, searching, sorting, storing marks and records, matrix operations are used here. One-dimensional arrays are widely used in programming because they provide the efficient storage and fast access to data. Now next is a two-dimensional array. A two-dimensional array is an array which consisting row and columns. It also known as matrix because data is stored in a tabular form, table form. And two-dimensional arrays are used for the matrix operations, tables, grid-based application. Each element in two-dimensional array is accessed using two indices, row index, column index. Syntax of two-dimensional arrays: data types, array name, and row and column size. Example, int a 3 rows, 3 columns. That means you will enter three rows and 3 columns, and any values, like this. This is a 3 by 3 matrix. This declaration creates a matrix with 3 rows and 3 columns. Initialization of two-dimensional array. You can initialize values of two-dimensional array. Example, int a 2 by 2, 1 comma 2. It means one curly braces start here and close curly braces. In between, number of rows will be written according to number of curly braces. Curly braces blocks, like this is one row, this is second row. If you want to write third row, then comma, again where curly braces start, and write in between these curly braces values, while separations operator, comma. Accessing elements, printf percentage d comma a 10. It means you want to print first row or 0 columns value. This is your matrix. Example, 0 1 2 0 1 2. If you want to print 1 zero's value, this is 1 and this is a 0. That means 0 will be output. This prints elements present at the second row and first column. Matrix addition example logic. Reads the two matrices used nested loops, add corresponding elements, store result in third matrix, display result. Advantages of a two-dimensional array. It represents matrices easily. It useful in scientific calculations, and supports the table representations, efficient data organization. Application where we use a two-dimensional array. Used for metric multiplication, image processing, computer graphics, scientific computing. The two-dimensional arrays are important for handling tabular and matrix related data efficiently. Now, next question is related to string. String in C and string function. C is a string. A string is in a C is a collection of characters which terminated by a null character that is known as in single quote /0. Since C does not provide a separate string data type, strings are stored using char array. Strings are mainly used for storing names, messages, and textual information. Example of declaration strings: char name in curly braces, number of characters, size. How many characters you will be write? You can enter a string, that is 20. Initialization of string: char name in square bracket equal to, in double quotes you will write Rachna. Strings function. String handling functions are very available in the string.h header file. First, strlen, len. This function is used for the find length of string. Strlen name. You can here print the string length of name. strcpy, it's used to copy one string into another string. Example, str a comma b. B's value will be copied into a. strcat, it's used to concatenate two strings. strcat a comma b. That means ki if you enter a is equal to Ram and b is equal to Singh, then you can see output when you use the printf function Ram Singh. strcmp function, it's used to compare two strings strcmp a comma b. If you enter a r and b is equal to s, when you compare it, it will give you, it's not found, it's not compare, it's not match. uh, Advantages of string: easy text handling, efficient storage of characters, useful in data processing, supports communication applications. Application of strings: text editor, password system, search operations, file handling. Strings are important because they help the program process and manipulate textual data efficiently. Explain the array traversal, searching and sorting. Array traversal means accessing each element of an array one by one for processing. Searching means finding a particular element in an array. Sorting means arranging elements in ascending or descending order. Array traversal is generally performed using loops. For example, for I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, printf percentage d comma a in bracket I. Traversal is used to printing, updating, processing array elements. Next is the searching. Searching techniques are used to locate elements. A linear search checks the elements sequentially one by one. Example steps: it starts from first element, compare with the target value, then repeat until found or array ends. Advantages: it's a simple, works on unsorted array. Sorting arranges the data systematically. Bubble sort adjacent elements are compared and swapped if necessary. Steps: it compare the adjacent elements, swap if wrong order, repeat passes until the sorted. Advantage: easy implementation, simple logic. Importance of searching and sorting: it's improved data organization, faster retrieval, simplify analysis, enhances program efficiency. Searching and sorting are important operations which are used in databases, software system, scientific applications. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of array? Arrays are one of the most important data structure which are used in programming for storing the multiple values of the same data type. And its advantages: first advantage, easy storage of multiple values. Array allows storing the many values using a single variable name. Fast access, elements can be accessed directly by using index numbers. Simplifies programming. Arrays reduces code repetition, simplify program logic. Supports searching and sorting. Arrays are useful in implementing algorithm efficiently. Efficient memory uses. Elements are stored in contiguous memory locations. This is arrays advantages. And disadvantages of array: it's a fixed size. Array size cannot be changed during execution. Wastage of memory: unused array locations waste memory. Difficult insertion deletion. Insertion deletion requires shifting elements. Same data type: arrays can store only one type of data. Application of arrays: matrix operations, searching and sorting, data storage, scientific calculation, image processing. Arrays are important because they provide simple, efficient method for handling large collections of data in programming. Now next question is related to unit 4, that is linear search and explain the linear search algorithm with example. Linear search is the simplest searching technique which is used to find a specific element in an array. In this method, elements are checked one by one sequentially until the required element is found or array ends. Linear search works on both sorted and unsorted array. Although in simple words, we can say it becomes slower for large data set because each element may need comparison. Algorithm of linear search: first of all, you have to write start, then read array elements, then read elements to be searched, then compare target element with each array element. Then if match found, display the position. If not match found, then display elements not found, and then stop. Example of array is arrays 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This is the example of an array. And search: if you want to search 40, process: what will be the process? Compare 40 with 10, then 20, then 30, then compare with the 40. Match found, then position will be fourth position. You can see in the example. Now next is C program logic. For I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, in curly braces start, if ai 0 index is equal to item, that is if item will be equal to 40, item equal to 40, if 0 index value 10, 20, 30, 40, 0, 1, 2, 3. First of all, it will be check 0 index value is matched with the item. If yes, then it will be print. Otherwise, flag equal to 1 and break. And this loop will be continue till condition will be false. Advantages of linear search: simple and easy implementation, works on unsorted array, no pre-processing required. Disadvantage is it's slow for large program and it requires many comparison inefficient compared to binary search. Time complexity, worst case big notation and best case big notation 1. Sorry, worst case big notation n and for best case big notation 1. What are the applications of linear search? It's used for small data sets, unsorted list, simple searching operation. Linear search is important because it provides a straightforward searching method for small unsorted data collection. Now, binary search algorithm. It is an efficient searching algorithm which is used to find element in a sorted array, and it repeatedly divides the array into two halves. Searches in appropriate half depending upon the comparison with the middle element. Binary search is much faster than the linear search for the large data sets. What are the conditions for the binary search? Array must be sorted, element should be accessible by index. What are the algorithms of binary search? Start, find the middle element, then compare target element with middle element. If equal and element found, if target is smaller, search left half. If target is greater, then search the right half. Repeat until the element found or search space becomes empty. And then example 10, 20, 30 and 40. Search element 14. It will be take half. It will be give the half and 30 will be compared with the target value. If this match, then output. If check 40 is greater than 30, then searching on the right side. And step 2, middle 40 and elements will be found. See program logic. While low value is less than equal to high, then middle value low plus high divided by 2 formula will be executed. If a middle value equal to item, then break, and else if item less than equal to a middle value, then high is equal to middle value minus 1, else low is equal to middle value plus 1. This is the program of searching. Advantages of binary search: faster searching, efficient for large data set, fewer comparison. Disadvantages of this: requires a sorted arrays, slightly complex implementation, time complexity, worst case big O notation log n, best case big O notation 1. Application: we use it databases, dictionary or searching, dictionary searching, large record management. Binary search is widely used because of its high efficiency and fast execution speed. Uh, Explain bubble sort algorithm. Bubble sort is a simple sorting algorithm in which adjacent elements are repeatedly compared and swapped if they are in a wrong order. After every pass, largest element moves to its correct position, similar to a bubble rising upward. Bubble sort is easy to understand but inefficient for the large data sets. Algorithm for the bubble sort: it's first is a start, compare adjacent elements, swap if first element is greater, continue till end of array. It repeats passes until the array becomes sorted and stop. And example you can take here: array 50, 30, 20 and 10. First of all, 50 will be swapped with the adjacent value, that is a 30. Then 50 compare with the 20, then swap with the 20, 50 with then swap with the 10. 30, 20, 10 and 15. Second pass, then 30 swap with the 20 and 30 swap with the 10. After that you can see 20, 10, 30 and 15. And these processes will be continue till data will come in a sorted array. 20 का swap with the 10 and now 10, 20, 30 and 50. This is the sorted array. C program. For if I equal to 0, I less than I n minus 1, I plus plus. For j equal to 0, j less than n minus I minus 1, j plus plus. If j's value greater than a j plus 1, then j's value will be go into temp variable. A j plus 1's value in j value, j index and temp value will be go into a j plus 1. That means b's value go into a and b equal to c's value and c is equal to a's value. This is swapping. Bubble sort: simple implementation, easy understanding, suitable for the small databases. Disadvantage is slow execution, large number of comparison, too inefficient for the large data set, time complexity, worst case O and the square. Application education purposes, small databases. Simple sorting operations. Bubble sorting important for understanding basic sorting concepts and algorithms design. Selection sort and insertion sort. Selection sort is used to repeatedly select the smallest element from unsorted portion of array and places it at the correct position. Algorithm selection sort finds the smallest element, swap with the first position, repeat for the remaining array. Array 40, 20, 10 and 30. First pass, first of all, find the smallest value, that is 10. Swap with 40. 10, swap with 40. Result 10, 20, 40 and 30. After that, smallest value 20, already correct. And then third value is 30, swap with 40 and you will find the result. Advantage is fewer swaps. Simple implementation, slow for the large data sets. O and the square is the complexity. Insertion sort, sorry. Insertion sorts insert the elements into their correct position in the sorted portion of array. Algorithm, first of all you have to assume first element sorted, pick next element, insert at proper position, repeat until array sorted. Example, you have given 30, 20, 10 arrays value. First pass, 20 will be insert before the 30. Result 20, 30 and 10. Then 10 will be inserted before the 20. 10, 20 and 30 will be your final result. Advantages: efficient for small array, less comparison in partially sorted array. Disadvantages: inefficient for large data set, time complexity, worst case O and the square. Selection sort and insertion sort both are the basic sorting algorithm which are used for understanding the sorting techniques. Time complexity and big O notation. Time complexity is the measure of time required by an algorithm. As an input size increases, it helps the analyze efficiency and performance of algorithm. Big O notation is used to represent time complexity mathematically. Importance of time complexity: it compares algorithm, it improves the performance, reduces execution time, it also helps to choose the efficient algorithm. Types of time complexity: in worst case, in best case, minimum execution time; worst case, maximum execution time; average case complexity, average execution time. Big O notation describes the upper limit of algorithm performance. And common complexity: Big O notation 1, constant time; Big O notation log n, logarithmic time; Big O notation n, linear time; Big O notation n, square quadratic time. Example: linear search, Big O notation n; binary search, Big O notation log n; bubble sort, Big O notation n square. Advantages: predict performance, helps optimization, efficient resource uses, better software design. Time complexity and big O notation both are important concepts for designing fast and efficient algorithms. Now next unit related to functions. Explain the functions in C programming. Function is a self-contained block of code. What is a function? It is a self-contained block of code. Designed to perform specific task. And function divides the large program into small manageable modules, making program easier to understand, debug, maintain. And function improved code reusability because same function can be called multiple times whenever needed. Every C program includes at least one function, that is main function. Functions may accept input value and call the parameter, may return a value after execution. Components of a function. First is a function declaration. It informs the compiler about the function name, return time, parameter. Example: int add int comma int bracket close semicolon. This will be written before the main function. Function definitions. It contains actual statement performing required task. Int add int a comma int b. Return a plus b. This is the function definition. You can say this is the function creation. Third is a function call, used to invoke the function sum equal to add 5 comma 10. This is part of functions calling. Advantages of functions: it reduces the code repetitions, simplify debugging, improves readability, supports modular programming, enhances reusability. Types of the function: library function, it predefined function provided by C library. Printf, scanf, and strlen function, these are the inbuilt functions. User defined functions, these functions created by program according to program requirements. Applications of functions: mathematical calculation, file handling, data processing, modular software development. Functions are essential in programming because they improve the program organization and reduce the complexity. Next question is related to call by value, call by reference. This is very important topic. Call by value, call by reference, both are methods which are used for the passing arguments to function in C programming. Call by value: copies of actual arguments are passed to the function. Changes made inside the function do not affect the original value. Example: void swap int a comma int b, int temp equal to a equal to b equal to temp. Even after swapping inside the function, original value remain the unchanged. Advantages of call by value: original data remains safe, no accidental modification, simple implementation. Disadvantages: extra memory used for the copies, less efficient for large data. Call by reference: in call by reference, addresses of variable are passed to function using pointer. Changes inside the function directly affect the original variables. Void swap: int a, int pointer a, int pointer b, int temp semicolon, temp equal to a pointer equal to pointer b equal to temp. Advantages of call by reference: no copying overhead, faster execution, allows the modification of original values. Disadvantages of call by reference: original data may change unintentionally, pointer handling increases complexity. Difference between call by value, call by reference. Call by value copies passed, call by reference address passed. Original value unchanged, original value changed. More memory uses, less memory uses. Both are important in function based programming and memory management. Explain types of the function in a C program. Function in C programming are classified mainly into library function and user defined functions. Library functions are those functions which are inbuilt functions, like a printf function, scanf function, getch function, etc. Example of printf: output display, scanf input string length, square root function. Library function declared in header files. Hash include stdio.h. These are included in this header file. Advantages of library functions: library functions saves the programming time. It reduces complexity, well tested, reliable. It improves the efficiency. User defined functions: these functions are those functions which are created by programmer according to specific requirements. Example: int square, int n. This is the user defined function. Return n multiply by n. And this is a user defined function which is created by the user. Advantages: user defined function, custom functionality, code reusability, better organization, easier debugging. Category of user defined functions: functions without arguments, without return type, function with argument, without return type, without arguments, with return type, with arguments, with return value. Applications of functions: modular programming, scientific calculations, data processing, system programming. Function improve software quality, simplify development of large programs. Explains the passing arrays of functions. Arrays can be passed to function in a C programming to perform operations such as searching, sorting, and processing. When an array is passed to function, base address of an array is sent to the function. And it also allows the function to how to access and modify original array elements directly. Example syntax: void display int a array and a comma int n. Statements execute. This is a syntax. Example: void display int a array comma int n, int I for loop I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Printf percentage d comma a I. Next is a function call. display a comma 5. This is a calling function. Advantages of passing arrays to the function: reduce code repetition, simplify array processing, improves modularity, efficient memory uses. Now next important points: entire array is not copied, base address is copied, changes affect the original array. Advantages: searching algorithm, sorting algorithm, matrix operations, statistical calculation. Passing arrays to function improves the efficiency and simplify handling of the large data sets. Explain the recursive and non-recursive function. Recursive and non-recursive function, both two approaches which are used to solve the problems in programming. Recursive function. A recursive function is a function call that calls itself repeatedly until a stopping condition is reached. You can take here example of factorial program. Int fact int n equal to 0, return 1, else return n multiply fact n minus 1. Advantages of recursive function: shorter code, easier implementation, complex problems, useful for divide and conquer algorithm. Disadvantage: memory uses, slower execution. More memory uses, slower execution, risk of a stack overflow. Non-recursive function does not call itself. It's instead loops are used to perform repetitive tasks. For example, fact equal to 1, for I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. Fact equal to fact multiply I. This is a non-recursive factorial. Advantages of non-recursive function: it's faster executions, less memory uses, simple language. Disadvantages: code may become lengthy, complex logic for these some problems. Disadvantages: recursive function calls itself, non-recursive uses loops, more memory uses, less memory uses, easier for complex problems, faster execution. Both approaches are important depending upon the problem requirements and efficiency considerations. Now next is explain the recursion with example. Recursion is a programming technique in which calls function calls itself repeatedly to solve a particular problem, and functions divide the large problems into smaller similar subproblems until a stopping condition calls the base condition is reached. And it is widely used in mathematical calculation, searching algorithm, sorting algorithm, and data structures such as a tree and a graphs. Components of recursion: base conditions, stopping condition that terminates the recursion, recursive call statement where the function call itself. For example, you can take here example factorial using recursion. A factorial of a number n factorial equal to n multiply n minus 1 factorial. C program: int fact and int n. And int if n equal to 0, return 1. If n equal to 0 is not true, then return n multiply fact n minus 1. Working of program: suppose n equal to 4 and 4 multiply factorial n minus 1 3, and 3 multiply fact 2, 2 multiply fact 1, 1 multiply fact 0, fact 0 equal to 1. Find result 24 is the your answer. What are the advantages of recursion? It's a short and simple. Short and simple code, easier implementation of complex problem, useful in the divide and conquer techniques. Disadvantages of recursion: more memory consumption, slower execution, possibility of a stack overflow. Applications of recursion: factorial calculations, Fibonacci series, tree traversal is applications of recursion. Quick sort and merge sort. Recursion is important because it simplifies solution for the problem that involves repeated subproblems. Fibonacci series using recursion. Fibonacci series is a series of number in which each number is obtained by adding previous two numbers. Means 0 1, 0 1, add 0 plus 1, you will get the 1. 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 3 5 13. And the recursive relation of function of n equal to f n minus 1 plus f n minus 2 with base condition f0 equal to 0 and f1 is equal to 1. Recursive Fibonacci program: int int n. First of all, write int fib. Fibonacci's abbreviation is fib. Int n. Fib is a function name. If n equal 0, then return 0. Else, if n equal to 1, then return 1. If both conditions are false, then else part will be executed. If fib n minus 1 plus fib n minus 2, this function will be called itself. Working of Fibonacci series. First of all, you can see here, suppose fib 5 and fib 4 and fib 3. Fib 3, fib 2 plus fib 1. The processing continue until the base condition reached. Advantages of Fibonacci, recursive Fibonacci: simple mathematical representation, easy understanding of recursion, useful in arithmetic learning. Disadvantage: repeated calculations, high memory usage, slow for the large values. Application where we use Fibonacci series: mathematical modeling, computer algorithm, data structure, nature and scientific studies. Fibonacci program is one of the most common example used to understand recursive function calls. Now, merge sort algorithms. Merge sort algorithm is that efficient algorithm which is an efficient divide and conquer sorting algorithm which repeats the dividing array into smaller sub arrays and sort them, merge them back into the sorted array. Merge sort is widely used because of its efficiency, stable sorting behavior. Working of the merge sort. First is a divide array into two halves. Recursively sort each half. Merge sorted halves. Example, you have given 38, 27, 43, 3 is the array's value. Divide 38, 27 and 43, 3 and 9. Further divide the until single elements remain. Merge small the sorted array into large sorted arrays. 3, 9, 27, 38 and 43. Now next is a merge sort logic. Merge sort low comma middle value, then merge sort middle plus 1 comma high value, and merge low comma mid comma and high values. Advantages: efficient for large data sets, stable sorting algorithm, predictable performance. Disadvantages: requires the extra memory, slightly complex implementation. Time complexity: best case big O notation n log n, worst case big O notation n log n. Application: database sorting, external sorting, large data processing. Merge sort is important because it provides efficient, reliable sorting of large data set. Explain quicksort algorithm. It is a divide and conquer sorting algorithm. We select a pivot element and partitioning array into smaller and large elements relative to pivot. It is one of the fastest sorting algorithm which is used in practical algorithms. Now next is a steps. Choose a pivot element, partitioning array into elements smaller than the pivot element greater than the pivot. Recursively apply quicksort on partitions. Example, 50, 30, 70, 10 and 40. 50, choose the pivot value. After partition, 30, 10 and 40. 50 and 70, sort left partition recursively. Final 10, 30, 40 and 50, 70 is sorted. Quick sort logic. Quick sort low comma pivot minus 1, quick sort pivot plus 1 comma high. This is calling function. Advantages: very fast in practice, efficient memory usage, suitable for large data set. Disadvantages is big O notation, worst case big O notation n square, complex implementation. Time complexity: average case big O notation n log n, worst case O n square. Application: database system, operating system, large data sorting. Quicksort is widely used because of its excellent average case performance and efficiency. Differentiate between the recursion and iteration. Both are two techniques which are used to repeated execution in programming. Recursion uses repeated function calls to solve problems. Example, you can take a factorial's number. Iteration uses loops such as for, while, do, while loop. Factorial uses for loop. Difference between recursion and iteration. Function uses function calls, uses loops, requires stack memory, less memory, uses easier complex problem, faster execution, slow due to function calls, faster efficient, risk of stack overflow, no stack overflow. Advantages: shorter code, better for divide and conquer problems. Advantages of iteration: faster executions, less memory consumption, better performance. Application: recursion, tree traversal sorting algorithm, mathematical calculations. Advantages of iteration: repetitive calculations, array traversal. Data processing, both recursion iteration, important technique choice depends on the program complexity and performance requirements. Explain structure in C program. This is user-defined data types which used to group the variables of different data types under a single name. A structure helps organize related data together, and they are widely used for storing required records, storing records such as student details, employee information, product data. Like array structure can store the elements of different data types such as integer, character, and floating points. Syntax of structure: struct keyword structure name in curly braces, data type member 1, data type member 2, declarations and semicolon after the closing curly braces. Example: student structure: struct student int roll number char name 20 float marks curly braces close semicolon. Structure variable declaration: struct student S1, accessing the structure members. Members are accessed using dot operators. S1 dot roll equal to 101. Advantages of structure: it stores the related data together, supports different data types, improve program organizations, useful for record management. Disadvantages: structure complex syntax, more memory uses, and limited direct operations. Now next is a applications, student records, employee databases, library management, banking. Application structure important because they simplify management of complex data and programming. Array of structures, it is a collection of multiple structure variables which is stored in a array format. It is used when a large number of simpler records need to be sorted and processed. Storing details of many students can be efficiently used in array structure. Structure definition: struct student int roll number char name 20 float marks array of students declarations. Struct student S5 is the declarations of student structure. This creates an array capable of storing details of 5 students. Accessing element S0 dot roll equal to 101. Example programming: declare structure creates the array of structures, read students details using loops, display records. Array of structure, sorry, advantages of structure: simplify handling multiple records, efficient record storage, spotting, sorting, and searching, reduces the code repetition. Application: school management system, employee record system, banking software, hospital databases. Advantages of a separate variable: better organization, easy processing with loops, improve readability. Array of structure widely used because it combines advantages of array structures for record management. Nested structure in C. Nested structure: a structure is that structure that contains another structure as one of its member. Nested structure helps to represent complex data more effectively. A structure, student structure may contain another structure for storing the address information. Example of nested structures: struct address city char city 20 into pin curly braces close semicolon. Student struct student int roll number char name 20 struct address add. You can see here structure address is included in this structure student. This is a nested structure. Accessing nested member: S1 dot add dot pin 143001 means pin number of that students which address include in the structure. Advantages of nested structure: better data organization, represent complex relationship, improves readability, simplify management of related data. Application where we use: employee and address management, student databases, banking applications, a large record system. Working of nested structures: it creates a hierarchical relationship between data fields, making programs more realistic. Complex disadvantage: complex syntax, difficult debugging, increased memory uses. Nested structures are useful in large application where data relationship and proper organization. Differentiate between structure and union: both are user defined data types, both are grouping different data types under a single name, and their memory allocations methods are different. Structure in structure, each member gets a separate memory allocation. All members can store simultaneously. You can take here example. Union: all members share the same memory location. Only one member can value at a time, whose memory whose data memory size is maximum. Like here we can take a float. This is the example of union. Difference between structure and union: separate memory for each member. Shared memory: large memory uses, less memory uses, all members active simultaneously, only one member active. Safer data storage, risk of overwriting simultaneously, storage better handling. Disadvantages: union memory efficient, useful embedded system, application structure, databases, record management, application memory optimization, device driver, embedded programs. Both structure and union important depending on the memory and application requirements. Structure pointer and structure self-referential structure: it is a pointer variable that stores the address of a structure variable and improves the efficiency because entire structure do not need copying during the function calls. Structure pointer declaration: struct keyword. Student is the structure name. Pointer ptr variable. PTR is equal to ampersand S1. Members are accessed using arrow operator in pointer. Pointer PTR arrow symbol roll equal to 101. Advantages of structure pointer: efficient memory uses, faster processing, useful in dynamic data structure. Self-referential: it is structure containing a pointer to same structure type. Example: struct node int data. Struct node, its pointer variable is pointer next. And important of self-referential structure: they are used for creating dynamic data structures like a linked list, tree, graphs, etc. Advantages: it's dynamic memory allocation, flexible data storage, efficient insertion and deletion. Where we use linked list, stack implementation, queue implementation, and self-referential structure from the foundation of dynamic data structure in programming. Now explain the pointers. Pointer is that variable that store the memory address of another variable. Instead of storing actual data, pointers store the location where the data is stored. Pointers are one of the most powerful features of C programming and widely used in array, function, dynamic memory allocation data structures. Pointers improve the program efficiency because they allow the direct memory access and reduce unnecessary copy of data. Declaration of pointer: int pointer p. This declaration creates a pointer p capable of storing the address of an integer variable. Example: int a is equal to 10. Int pointer p is equal to ampersand a. Pointer p store the address of variable a. Accessing value using pointer: print f percentage d comma pointer p. The dereference pointer operator is the asterisk accesses the value store address at the contained in the pointer. Advantages is the direct memory access, efficient memory management, supports dynamic memory allocation, useful in array and function, important for the linked list and trees. Disadvantages: complex syntax, difficult debugging, risk of memory errors. Application: dynamic memory allocation, passing argument by reference, linked list, file handling, system programming. Most important because they provide the flexible and efficiency in memory handling and advanced programming. Explain pointer arithmetic. Pointer arithmetic refers to mathematical operation performed on the pointer variable. Since pointers store the memory address, arithmetic operations move the pointer from one memory location to another depending on the data type size. Pointer arithmetic operations: increment, decrement, addition, subtraction. You can take the example a 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and int pointer p is equal to a. A's value go into the pointer p. Initially p points to the first elements. P plus plus means pointer moves to next integer location. Working of prime pointer: if an integer occupies 4 bytes, initial address 1000, after increment 1004. The thus pointer movement depends on the data type size. Advantages: efficient array traversal, faster memory access, useful in string processing. Application: array processing, string manipulation, dynamic memory operations, linked list. Where we use the pointer. Limitation: invalid access may crash program, difficult debugging, require the careful memory handling. Pointer arithmetic is essential for efficient low-level programming and memory manipulations. Relations between the array and pointers. Both are the closely related to C programming. Both array name represent base address of the first element of array. Pointer can be used to access the array elements efficiently. Example: int a a5. This is the array example. Array name represent address of first element. A equal to ampersand A0. Both represent same address using pointer with array. Int pointer P is equal to A. Now pointer P points to first element of array. Using array A2 size in square brackets using pointer asterisk symbol bracket in parenthesis bracket P plus 2. Both access third element. Advantages of using pointer with array: faster traversal, efficient memory access, simplify array operations. Difference between fixed memory allocation, dynamic cannot change base address can change, stores collection of elements, stores address application where we use array traversal, string processing, sorting algorithm, matrix operations. The relationship between array and pointer is fundamental in C programming and supports the efficient data processing. Explain the dynamic memory allocations. Dynamic memory allocation is the process of allocating memory during the program execution instead of compile time. It provides the flexibility because of the memory can be allocated released according to the program requirements. It is performed by using function available in the standard library.h. Dynamic memory allocation functions. Functions used in dynamic memory allocation: malloc function, calloc, realloc, and free function. Malloc function allocates the memory block dynamically. PTR is equal to int pointer malloc size. This is the syntax. Calloc function allocates the memory blocks and initialize them to 0. PTR is equal to int pointer calloc and comma size. Realloc changes size of previously allocated memory block. Syntax PTR is equal to realloc PTR comma new size. Free function releases allocate memory. Syntax free pointer PTR function. Advantages of dynamic efficient memory uses flexible memory management, supports dynamic data structure, sports structures. A disadvantage memory leaks, possible complex memory management slower than the static allocations. Application: link list, tree, queues, and graphs. Dynamic allocation important because it allows the efficient use of the memory resources during program execution. Link list self-referential structure, data and pointer to next node. Dynamic data structure consisting nodes connecting to through the pointer. Unlike array list, do not require the contiguous memory allocations. Structure of node. You can take example. This is the self-referential structural example. Working of linked list you can see here. And advantages: the dynamic size, efficient insertion, deletion, better memory utilization. Disadvantages: extra memory for the pointer, sequential access, only complex implementation. These are the types of linked list: singly linked list, double, circular. And advantages: stack implementation, queue implementation, memory management, and graph representation where we use this. And disadvantages: fixed size, dynamic size, contiguous, non-contiguous, fast access, sequential. And the last unit, file handling. File handling is very important process for the storing and retrieving data permanently using files. Normal data stored in variable is lost when program execution ends. File handling allows the data to be saved permanently on the on the storage devices such as hard disk and SSD. It provides a built-in function for the file operation like creating, opening, reading, writing, closing files, text file, binary files. File handling declares the file pointer. File pointer fp is equal to f open data.txt and reading mode open. Perform operation reading or writing, close files, f close fp. Advantages: permanent data storage, efficient data management, support last data set, useful data database records, application banking statement, student database, report generation, inventory management. It's important because it allows the programs to maintain information permanently and process large amount of data efficiently. File opening mode in the C. R for read, write, W write, A append, R plus read and write, W plus read and write with overwrite, A plus read and write, append. Sorry, append. Used to read mode. R used to open existing file for reading mode. This is the syntax. If file is not exist, then null is returned. W used for writing purpose. This is the example. Append mode is used to add data at the end of existing. This is the example. R plus opening, reading and writing. W plus reading and writing creates. allow a reading and appending allows. Advantages: flexible file operation, better data management, control file access, application database system, log file maintenance, record updating. Because they control how programs interact with safely and efficiently. Text file, binary files, text file store readable character form, and .txt files. Features: human readable, easy editing, data stored line by line. Function used: fprint, fscanf, fgets function, put c function. This is the example. fprintf, f p comma hello. Binary search, store the machine readable binary format. .exe files, image files. Features of binary files: faster processing, compact storage, difficult for human read. Functions used: fread, write. This is the example. Difference: human readable, machine readable, large size, compact size, slower processing, faster processing. Application of text file, reports, notes, and logs. Application of binary. Database is multimedia executive programs. Both are used for permanent data storage and efficient memory, file management. File handling functions, those are inbuilt functions: fopen, fclose, fprint function, fscanf function, fgetc function, fputc function, fread function, fwrite functions. And advantages: simplify file operations, supports permanent storage, efficient data processing, file management system, database operations, scientific data storage. Random access function, fseek function, ftell function, frebind functions are used. fseek used for move file pointer to specified position. And this is the syntax and parameters explanations. Position, you can take C, ftell function, frebind. Advantages: faster file processing, efficient large file handling, direct record accesses, database management, banking, record processing. Or these are the PYQ based questions. You can see programs if you want to write. Explanations: Fibonacci series program, bubble sort, linear search, binary search, matrix addition, string length without strn, callback reference, structure program, file handling, important flow differences, and question papers explain. Thank you. If you like this video, please like and share my channel with your friends so that they can take benefits from these videos.